Hello, welcome to Three Crows Runes. My name is Jen. Let's do some rune readings. Today we are doing readings about spring because it is March now where I am. Well, no, it's March everywhere where I am on Earth. But where I am in the Northern Hemisphere, we are going into spring, and apparently March 1st marks the meteorological spring, which I didn't realize because we usually go by the equinox for spring, which is towards the end of the month. But anyway, apparently it's meteorological spring, which makes sense to a certain extent as far as the months go. So anyway, it's fun. So let's do readings about beginnings. What beginnings we have going on, because spring is all about beginnings. Hooray! So we have 4 cards from the Robin Wood Tarot. One of these or more has a message for you about some beginnings that you are having in your life. We are doing the Robin Wood Tarot, and then we're also doing readings with the Birch runes, which is exciting. So, it's the Elder Futhark on Birch. So feel into the cards. One of these will have a reading for you about something that you are beginning at this time. Even if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, obviously, where you're going into, I guess, meteorological autumn. This is basically readings for whenever you find them. So even if it's not anywhere near any time that I've made this video, these are general readings. So whenever you find this video, that is the time that the message is coming to find you. So will you go with card number 1, card number 2, card number 3, or card number 4? I will put the timestamps in the description, and I will see you at the readings. Bye! Hello, card number 1 people. So let's get this card turned over. There's like a piece of something on this. Anyway, let's get this card turned over and see what sort of things that this is going to be about for beginnings. So Page of Wands. So you are really ready to set out in terms of expressing your will in the world. This might have to do with communication. It definitely has to do with expression. You're expressing your will in the world, but it's something that you are going to be starting out with. So handily, these are readings about beginnings, and here is a page talking about beginnings. So this page is going to be starting this, and so are you. Have something to share and something to express. So let's get some runes down. I'm going to put down the entire reading to start with, and then I'll go from there. These things that got into my... Anyway, it's fine. So yes, the Birch runes, we're using the Birch runes. And of course, this is the Robin Wood Tarot, which is a very beautiful deck that I realized I haven't used in a while. So that's kind of nice. So how's your March going? That has just begun. And if you're watching this not in March, then how is the month going that you have just been in? I'm going to lay out the whole... I'm going to do like this, and then I'm not going to do the whole Futhark because we don't have time for that. but I'm going to lay out the whole reading, but I'm going to do 3 bumps, and then we'll go with that. 3 bumps. 1, 2, 3 bumps. Bumps. Central issue for you, card number 1 people who have the Page of Wands as showing what sort of thing you are beginning. So you're going to be beginning something. You're working on beginning something that has to do with expressing your will in the world. And your central issue is Kaunas reversed, which is the rune of the torch or the fire. When it's upright, it has to do with expansion and opening out. Something that starts small like an ember and goes into a blaze. But now that it is reversed, this has to do with like honing focus, eliminating distractions, and just basically turning a supernova into a laser. So you're basically you're calling together, like this looks like it's going up, but it's like you're calling this together and then in a concentrated way directing this, and that's your focus. Leading up to this, you have felt that you have been really standing up. I'm not saying like without support, but that you are supporting yourself and that you are able to stand up for yourself and what you want to do. And you found that you're able to do this, which is why you're making that step of, I can do this now and I feel comfortable with that. So I'm going to stand up and really direct this focus to express what I want to express in the world. What is going to help you is we have manas, which is the rune of humanity and your part in it. This is what helps you. I mean, it goes along with this because this is you feeling very confident and able to stand up with what you're going to be doing. And then this is you taking that and feeling like, this is what I'm here to do. So you really are, it's, I mean, not really a quest so much as like a purpose. You feel like this is one of the things that you have to bring into the world, and that this is the time now that you are going to be beginning to do that. That you really feel that this is your note in the song, basically, the great song. So you're going to step up and you're going to do this. And when you think about that, it's like, no, this is, nobody else can do this, just me. So I'm going to stand up and I'm going to sing this note, and it's going to be the note that I add to the universe. And this is that only I can add. So that's very exciting. So if you ever start to doubt, bring yourself back to that feeling of, no, this is only I can do this. This is something that I need to be doing in the world, and that I feel that I am the right person to do, and that I am here for. This is what I am here for. What isn't going to help is you may feel burdened by prior obligations and agreements. You may feel a bit burdened by feeling like this is sort of, you were sort of slotted to do a certain thing, and that you feel like maybe people are expecting you to do something that isn't this, but this is your time. This is your time that you're going to do that. So try not to let this drag you down. Gebo, which is the rune of the gift, which is always an exchange, may also have to do with one-on-one. So for some of you, interpersonally, one-on-one, there may be some pressure from somebody else in your life who is basically not supportive of this, but you have been supporting yourself in this all this time. So yes, that can drag you down if you let it, but if you start to feel that dragging you down, bring yourself back up to where you are. You know that this is what you are here to bring into the world, whatever this is that you are feeling like beginning to express. So bring yourself back up to that. It's like, yeah, well, it doesn't matter ultimately what other people have this idea of what I should be doing with my life. It is my life. So I need to be expressing what I need to express, and this is what I'm here for, and I've got to do it while I'm here. So again, if that starts to drag you down, if feelings of obligations and, prior agreements are weighing you down, remind yourself that this is what, you have supported yourself with up until this point. You are now ready to eliminate distractions and really hone your focus on this and just give this laser-like focus. And then this is what you're here to do. This is what you feel that you are really here to do. And so beginning this is a huge step for you, and you're just basically on fire with it, like in a really good way. You're on fire, but in a good way. So your next step is really the unknown, because you have never done this. You've never taken that step before, and now you are taking that step. You are making that beginning. So this is all new ground for you, and it's very exciting. It's also a bit directionless. So it's kind of like, it's like you only got yourself to this point, and then you take that step, and now it's all new, and you sort of have to orient so that you can know where your next step is going to be, because right now at this point it's just blaze, and that's what you're being advised to do. Like in this next step, don't worry about, okay, what's my next step after this huge step that I have taken to begin this effort, to begin this expressing. What the runes are saying is just do it. Just express. Like your expressing is your next step. This is what you are here to do. So let it blaze out. Be the sun. We have dagas, which is the breaking of the day. So this is just basically full illumination, full expression, full revelation. And don't worry about the next step. The next step will happen naturally. But right now, this is your moment. Like this is honing your focus so you can do this. And then your next step is that you are doing it, and you are in the process of doing it, and you are in the process of shining like a sun and expressing this in the world. And so just do this. Focus on this. What may drag you down? We have Hagalaz, which is the rune of the hailstorm. This has to do with chaos and things that are out of your control. It also has to do with nature and and scary weather. Remind yourself of, weather is basically a temporary thing. And if you feel like it's huge and scary what you're doing, you may be frightened of your own nature, the level at which that you are shining, because obviously the sun doesn't care if it gives you sunburn. It's just going to be big sun being the sun without holding back. And this is what it's advising you to do in this moment of like, hey, I've made that step. Just do it. Shine. This is what you're here for. It may be a bit scary because you're seeing this coming out of you and you have just never seen this before, and it's a surprise to you as well, in a good way, in a lot of ways, but it is huge and it is scary and it is overwhelming, and it's like you're seeing your own true nature revealed as you sing it forth. And so that can be a bit frightening. Like you may feel like it's bigger than you, and you may feel like it's out of your control, and you may also worry about things like, that you've stepped into the big boys of nature by stepping into your nature and shining like the sun that you are. But if that starts to, just let doing the action of shining out keep you from being afraid of how powerfully you are shining out. Just do it. Just shine, because that's what you're here to do. This is what you're here to do. This is your thing. So just do it. Just do it. This is your note in the song. Sing the note in the song. This is the time. Try not to let it frighten you too much. But you know what? If it's scaring you, then good, because it's exciting. It's like huge. It's you are stepping into your power and your nature, and you are just expressing this. So be that. And that's that step. So you won't know what your next step is because you are doing the step. Your next step after that is the fact that you will start to, once you have expressed it to a certain point, you're going to really feel that you have learned something about yourself that you've never known before. This is something that was always there inside you that you didn't realize, but you had to express it to learn it. We have Pertho reversed, which is the rune of the lot box. This is surprises and fate, but when it's reversed, it's inner. So it's learning something about yourself you didn't know before. And what is going to help you with that is this feeling of fulfillment, this feeling of accomplishment, because this is the harvest and also time, that you used this time to bring through what you needed to bring through. So it's really satisfying, and you have this great feeling of abundance and also accomplishment because you did it. What isn't going to help is you are worried that now the flow is slowing because you've done the thing, and now you can feel that sort of naturally tapering off. You've had this great moment of expression, and this is tapering off. So you're a bit worried about what's next. Please don't worry about what's next, because what's next, first of all, if you start to worry that the flow is slowing because you've had this huge step of just expressing, the fact that you are now looking back and realizing this thing about yourself, that's the signal that you're on the last chapter of it and you're wrapping this stage up. Just feel satisfied, let yourself feel the satisfaction of having accomplished this. And then the next step after that is to incubate a new beginning. We have Berkana reversed in the final rune of this spread. So once you've done that, you will start to feel the incubation of your new beginning that is coming, so that you will be stepping out and doing something else, which is another new beginning and exciting thing in your life. So that is your beginnings reading for spring, whether this is whatever time of the year it is for you when you see this. I wish you all the best for this, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, card number 2, people. So we're going to turn this card from the Robin Wood Tarot and see what your beginning is all about. The Chariot. Okay, so you are really going to be beginning to take, not control, but sort of use your will to to just basically bring into your encompassment the powers in your life. Basically, everything is really powerful and rushing forward, and you're sort of integrating them and singing as you go. So you're sort of just bringing it all together. So what you're beginning is sort of an I'm not going to say assimilation, because it's not, that doesn't sound as, that sounds so Borgish. So it's basically but you're sort of bringing it together, and it's like Dvorak at the end of the 9th, where he's bringing in all the themes and everything was really alive in its own thing, but now you're bringing it all together in this It's like running in harmony. So that's sort of what you're beginning at this point. You're sort of harnessing it all and you're bringing it all together so that it can just be this grand and glorious song. So let's get some runes down of the Birch runes with the Elder Futhark. And, ooh, that definitely wants to be the central issue. Nice. Let's get this up here because this wants to help. Okay. And, well, I'm going to lay down the entire reading and we're going to see, after I've laid down the reading, what you've got going on with this new beginning of harnessing all the elements and running forward with it very excitingly. So I'm doing 3 bumps, and we're going to go from there. Ooh. Let's see. Ooh, that's neat. That was there in the last one. That's kind of neat. Okay, so your central issue, card number 2, people, is Algaze reversed. Algaze is the rune of the elk. This has to do, it's also the moose. If you're in North America, we call it a moose. It's the elk. It has to do with protection and support. You are feeling very strong standing up for yourself. It is reversed, so this is inner. So it's basically you are feeling very strong in being able to support yourself in this. So as you are harnessing all these energies, you are very confident about it. You don't feel that you need anybody else's help in this. You know what you're doing with this. Leading up to this, we have Berkana reversed. I'm going to read this a couple ways. Berkana is the rune of beginnings and birth. It's the birch tree, which birch runes, and also the whole thing is about beginnings. So this new beginning. You have been considering this for a while. This is something that you've been incubating. It's reversed on the path line, so it's inner. So you've got this inner beginning that you've been incubating for a while. There may also be a read on this where there was something that you were going to begin and then you basically backburnered it because you want to do this. You feel like you need to get this taken care of before you move forward. But I think mostly this is an incubation period of time where you were really thinking about it. I can really bring all of this together and I can really see how this would work together if I could just harness it all and bring it together. So here you are, you're doing it, you're stepping up and doing it. What is going to help you? Be ready to accept the surprises that come with it. So we have Pertho, which is the rune of the lot box. This has to do with surprises and fate. The surprises that it has to do with are surprises that were always there because obviously whatever's in the lot box before you cast it is already in the lot box. So it's basically things that are going to be revealed once this starts to be done. Once you start harnessing everything and all the energies, and once you start to get these all running together and singing them all together, things are going to start to reveal. It's like the craziest reference that I was going to say about it, which is when they started to do Shakespeare with the original pronunciation and all of the jokes that had been hidden for centuries for all this time, all these jokes that were in there that only worked in the original pronunciation suddenly became apparent. Same sort of thing, except without Shakespearean jokes. We have, maybe with Shakespearean jokes, if part of this is Shakespeare. But basically, once you start to bring it all together, there are going to be some things that become apparent that wouldn't have been if you hadn't started harnessing them all together and start harmonizing them. So it's very exciting. So watch for those because that's going to start to make you feel like, wow, I'm really glad I did this. This is making this all worthwhile. This is very, very exciting. What isn't going to help is there is going to be a certain resistance, as we all have, to change. We have Uruz, which is the wild ox. This has to do with strength and health and stubbornness. So the stubbornness aspect is really what I'm seeing here, where it's things were very solid as they were. They are going to be resistant to the change of let's run with the other things and see if we can get even greater energy from them all. And also just you've been just sort of having these all as separate things. And there may be a resistance going on to, like, why would I bother to do this? The reason you bother to do this is what is going to be revealed when you do, and it's really going to be worth it. It is going to be making it completely worth your while to do this. Like, this is going to enrich your life to a point where you won't know how you stood not having this, like the richness in your life before you did this. So it's very, very exciting. It's like definitely to do it. So if you start to feel this resistance, say, but what might it be? Because we've got all these things and they're all really powerful in their own selves. Once you start to harmonize them, how much more exciting they will be. And definitely, as soon as you start to do it, you're going to get these revelations. You're going to get these surprises that are going to be just like, wow, this is the most amazing thing. Your next step on the path with this is we have Gebo. Gebo's the rune of the gift. This is always an exchange. In the old ancient Norse, it was you never gave a gift without receiving one, so it was very important to have that exchange. So gift, it has to do with agreements, decisions, goals, and plans. It may be with one other person. It does have to do sometimes with one interpersonal one-on-one relationship, but I'm seeing this more as once this starts to come into congealment with the harmonies, you are going to say, okay, this is very exciting, but now we need a plan. So it's important to, it also might mean that you've done the thing. So this might be a fulfillment of a plan. But in order to move forward with this, it will be a really good idea to get this, get some plans in place, get some goals set, make some agreements with yourself, and make some decisions. So this is where you're going to be at once you've started and you start to see the good of it. First of all, there's the element of, yes, I did it finally. So X marks the spot. We did that. We can cross that off our list. However, we have this now. What can we do with it? What may be done? The first thing that this is saying is express it. Like basically just communicate this. We have Ansus. What is going to help you with this moment is communication of it, because it's not enough. It can be enough for you just to enjoy it in your life, but it's so rich and so huge and can give so much to the world and the universe and the multiverses and everything. And it's just basically it would almost be sad to not share it. So express it, communicate it with people, just basically sing it out like this guy is doing. Just sing it out, express it. That's going to help you. And in fact, the more you express it, the more it's going to free up more to bubble up to be expressed. It's just like this incredible richness that is happening because you've woven it all together, and you're galloping forward with it in the great harmonies that you've created by harnessing it all together. So express it, sing it out. This is communication. It's also manifestation. So you are bringing something new into the world by doing this, and it's really, really exciting. So that's going to help you with your plans, with your decisions. What isn't going to help is you may feel like, especially once you start expressing it, that there is so much to it that it will get out of hand. We have Kaunas, which is the rune of the torch, also the fire, something that starts small like an ember and goes into a blaze, but it's opening out in expansion. It's in the lower line. It's a very positive rune in an upright position in the negative spot, so that usually refers to fears about that thing. So you are just worried that it's going to be ultimately too much, because there's just no end of it. Once you start expressing it, once you start harnessing it and you get all those energies and it's like really powerful and exciting, once you start expressing it and it just keeps coming, you may worry that it's going to become out of hand and too much. And try not to worry about that, because you are just expressing it. It's not going to be too much as long as you're just expressing it. Sing it out, man. It's exciting. Do it. And so that's basically your next step, where you are looking at it and going, okay, well, we need to do something with this because it's very exciting. Your next step is we have Isa, which is the rune of ice. This has to do with stillness and standstill, but the stillness through which clarity comes. So there is going to be a sense, where you are really sort of at this point, because you've been expressing it and you made some plans with it. It's not a hard stop, but it's like a pause, because you can't be singing constantly. You have to breathe. So you will have done this, and it's really exciting. You will have done this expressing of the thing and sort of made a gift of it, which this is also the gift. It's the gift. So you've made a gift of it. You've expressed it. Now after that point, you're going to be sitting in a moment of sort of stillness. It's the stillness through which clarity comes. So it's almost like you began this and you opened it up and you started to harness it all together, and then you expressed it all, and then all of a sudden you have done that. You've wrapped it up. It's been in a gift and it's out. You are now in a state of stillness with this just energy just humming through you, clarity coming through, and just being really, really excited about it. So what's next? So what do you do? What's going to help you is really open up to the nature of it. We have Hagalaz, which is the rune of the hailstorm. This has to do with, I usually read it as chaos and things that are out of your control, but it very much has to do with nature and forces of nature, which this definitely is, which you have tapped into by harnessing it all together. I mean, each one of those things was a force of nature, but once you've harnessed it together, it's even more so. Very exciting. So just see it as the nature that it is. See also, if you're worried about the fact that it has stopped, which you will be, because we have Lagos reversed as the worry. Lagos is the water and it's the flow. It's reversed on the lower line. So you're a bit worried that the flow has sort of ebbed. It's sort of stopped a little bit, like it's not pouring out of you at the moment. You're having a moment of stillness. Remind yourself that all things are temporary. We have weather that blows in and it's extremely powerful, but then it dissipates and it's done. It works itself out. You've sung your song. The song has sung itself out. There will always be more, but you need those valleys. You need those slow periods where it slows down and you get the stillness. So try not to worry about that. That is a natural thing. And just so let yourself be reminded that as powerful as this was, it is going to slow a little bit and things are going to start to pick up again eventually. But this has been really exciting, this thing you're beginning. The end of this reading is we have Nauthi's reversed. So it's like the slow period has happened after you've expressed, and it's really, really exciting in the expressing part. And then the flow drops off and you're like, okay, stillness, breathing, and getting the clarity coming in, reminding myself that things are temporary, even the most powerful things. Then you are going to be looking at, what do I need to do to take care of myself? Because this was a huge expression. So we have Nauthi's reversed, which is the rune of need. When it's reversed, it's drop everything and take care of this need, and also take care of your inner needs. When it's reversed, you have needs that you need to tend inwardly. Everything is waves. So you are going to be probably back like this. Maybe you'll be integrating other energies together to bring out a new song. But even whatever happens next, you will have done this, and it's really exciting. And I'm looking forward to it for you. Very exciting. But yeah, at the end of all this, after you have acknowledged the breathing period of time, that's when you're going to start to take care of the things that need to get taken care of, especially the things that urgently need to get taken care of, and also the things that you need to take care of within yourself. So that, card number 2, people, is your reading for New Beginnings. Very exciting. I wish you all the best with this, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, card number 3, people. So we're going to start by turning this card and seeing what your beginning is going to be all about. Your beginning is a huge new beginning. Obviously, this doesn't mean death. She says when the card says death and has death on it. No, the death card has to do with major change. So you are definitely making a new beginning, and it is as profound a new beginning as it could possibly be, because what is beginning is so different from what was before that it's going to leave what was before completely behind as you step into this new life. So I'm looking forward to this for you. This is very exciting. Let's get some runes out to clarify. And we are using, of course, as I said in the beginning, the Birch. Yeah, exactly. The Birch runes. It's the Elder Futhark on Birch wood. So let's get, this is really neat. And you needed to do this because we had like stagnation before. So definitely to do. Definitely the thing to do. Happy day to do. So I'm going to lay down the whole reading and then we're going to go from there. I'm going to do 3 bumps. 3 bumps. Bumps. I'm glad that was that one because it was flipping around and I wouldn't have wanted to put it the wrong way. There's the 3rd bump. Yes, definitely. What's our final rune in this spread? Is that it? Wait a minute. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay, good. So your central issue, card number 3, people, is Thurizaz reverse. Thurizaz is the rune of challenge, and the challenge is the thorn, the giant, the gateway. It is reversed. So normally this is a challenge when it's upright, but reversed, it's like almost an impossible challenge. It is a huge change, like a huge challenge for you. This, and you are embracing it because it is so different. I mean, as this card would say, this is like a huge change. Leading up to this, we have Othala, which is the rune of the home and the homeland. Basically, given this, and given the fact that you are making this major change, either this is a situation where there is stagnation, where you've just basically you've exhausted it, and it's like you feel like you're not moving forward at all. You feel like too confined, so you're making this huge change in your life, and you are really making a new beginning. And boy, are you! But not without support. It's all good. I'm doing spoilers for the rest of the reading, but basically, leading up to this, we have Othala. I feel like things have not been moving forward, and so now you are ready to make this major change, and this is huge. So in this moment, with your new beginning, you are embracing this change. Even if it feels impossible, you are like, this has to happen. This has to change. This is like a huge thing for me. I need to have this new beginning. What is going to help you is almost immediately, as soon as you embrace this, you are going to start to see everything is going to light up. Like we have Dagas, which is the rune of the breaking of the day. It's like a difference between night and day. It's like suddenly the lights are going to come on. Your entire field of vision is going to be illuminated. Everything is going to be revealed. You are going to see everything. You're going to have an amazing overview of things. So the second you embrace this major challenge, you're going to get results. You're going to start to see results. You're going to see your way around this thorn wall. You're going to see everything. Everything is going to be lit up. And so you know you're on the right path. What isn't going to help is we have Gabo, which is the rune of the gift. It's always an exchange. It has to do with agreements, decisions, goals, and plans. It may also have to do with one other person. It sometimes has to do with a one-on-one interpersonal relationship or interaction. So there may be situations where this is a home situation where there is a person involved that could hold you back from doing this. That's not going to apply to everybody, but it's definitely a read. So, but mostly I'm seeing this as outdated agreements and decisions and plans and goals that you had prior to making this change that you may still feel obligated towards. However, you are so much bigger than all of that by the time that you are in this position where you're just embracing this impossible challenge and this major beginning that you are having, that you really, this can't drag you down. Like maybe there are things that you have to take care of to move forward, so just take care of those, but really focus on the light, because the light is showing you the right way to go. What your next step is going to be is the new beginning. We have Verkana, which is the rune of the birch tree. This is beginnings and birth. You are having a huge new beginning, like right after you've embraced this challenge, and like here you are stepping into the world brand new as though born. Like this is a huge, huge birthing in the world of your new life. What is going to help you is, once again, you are seeing results immediately. Like the second you are in this new life, you are getting this sense of abundance. You are getting the sense of, this is the time. I am in the present right now, and I am bringing things through that I've never brought through before. This is my abundance. This is my plenty. This is my riches. And this is just, now is the time. So that's what's going to help you. We have Yira, which is the rune of the harvest, and also time. So the sense of, this is now the time for me to be doing this, and the sense of the abundance that is coming through, the things that you are bringing through with this new beginning, it's definitely going to help you. So if you are worried about this new beginning that you are absolutely stepping into, look around you. You are going to see results. Same as when you embraced the huge challenge and everything lit up. That's the sort of thing that we're talking about. And as soon as you are having your new birth, your new beginning, you're going to start to see abundance around you. You're going to start to see results around you, the fruits of your labors, all that kind of thing. What isn't going to help you is you are still going to be aware of the long road that is ahead of you. So it's a birth. It's like when you start a new video game, when you already have a character on a video game that you've already done the same video game, and then you start a new character on the video game and you're like, yay, a new beginning, but then it's like, I have to build up all this stuff. For my gamer friends out there. But anyway, it's the same sort of thing, but not. It's basically, you're going to look ahead on this new beginning, and it's going to be super exciting, and you're going to be seeing results right away, but there is going to be a sense of, I still have a lot to do. There's a long road ahead of me, and this can be daunting. You may not be feeling patient enough to deal with all the stuff that goes with a new beginning that isn't the exciting stuff. But that's going to happen as it happens. So don't worry about that. As you take care of things, as you move forward, all of this is going to sort itself out. You don't have to get it all sorted out immediately. It is by nature. IVAs, the yew trees, patience, slow growth, slow development, step by step. Take your time. Not something to worry about. It's going to sort itself out. So just focus on the abundance. Focus on the fact that you are seeing results and you are enjoying this new beginning. Your next step is you are going to feel very supported. That's the other thing, you are going where there is more support. You are going where there is light. You are going where there is abundance. So this is a huge change for you, but in a very, very good way. And you are going to be allowing these things to lead you forward. You are going to be not necessarily pursuing them, but allowing yourself to be brought forward by all of these things around you as you move forward yourself. So we have algae, which is the rune of the elk, otherwise known as the moose, and this is protection and support. You are definitely going to, and it's upright, so it's like outward. Around you is going to be protection and support. What is going to help you at this point is you will have learned so much about yourself. We have Peritho reversed, which is the rune of the lot box. This has to do with surprises and fate. Reversed, it has to do with inner. So it's things being revealed about yourself that were always the case, but that you didn't realize before, and now it is being revealed. And it wouldn't have been revealed unless you'd gone through this. So now you are learning things about yourself that you hadn't before, which makes it a lot easier to accept the support and protection around you as you move forward into this new world and this new life, this new beginning. What isn't going to help is we have Hagalaz, which is the rune of the hailstorm. This has to do with chaos and things that are out of your control. These are the things that are going to worry you. You may be worried about this, even though you have support around you. And like both of these are helping you. You will always worry about things that are out of your control, and you're always going to worry about chaos. However, you are protected, you are supported, and you are learning things about yourself. They're being revealed to you that you didn't realize were there, but they were always there. So you always had this, but you had to go through this to realize it. And that's what's helping you at this stage where you're accepting your protection and your support around you. Your last step on this particular spread is we have Uruz reversed, and I'm going to read this a few ways. Uruz is the rune of the Wowlocks, the Aurochs, and this has to do with strength and health and stubbornness, not necessarily in a bad way stubbornness. It has to do with sometimes resistance, like if it's upright where you're digging in your hooves and nothing can move you. But this is reversed and it's on the path line. So 1, it has to do with a great inner strength that has been revealed. 2, it has to do with a great inner health that has been revealed, that you have within you. 3, you are feeling less resistance to moving forward into things. It's like, and it's a willing resistance. I mean, it's a willing lack of resistance. It's a willing lifting up of your hooves. When you get to this point, you are like, you know what? This is good. I am supported. I've had my new beginning. There is light around me. There is abundance around me. And I have learned things about myself that were always the case that I didn't realize, but that I always had. And this will give you great inner strength. This will give you great inner resilience, and this will give you the ability to feel comfortable lifting up your hooves and allowing yourself to accept things that you otherwise would have resisted. So that, card number 3, people, is your very exciting reading about your new beginnings. I wish you all the best with this, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, card number 4, people. So let's start with a card. Turning this card over to see what your beginnings are about. And we have the 4 of Swords, which is very neat. That's kind of an interesting beginning. You're beginning right from, like, the nap. But maybe what you're beginning is allowing yourself to rest, which is very important. Maybe you haven't. Maybe this is something that with all the swords hanging up, maybe you've just been pushing and pushing and pushing, and like you've never allowed yourself to rest before. So maybe what you're beginning is allowing yourself the time to rest, which is definitely valid and definitely something that you need. Let yourself rest and be guided inwardly. So let your body recover. So let's get some runes down. We're going to lay out the entire reading first. Yes, indeed. Excuse me. So I'm going to do 3 bumps on the reading. Let's get this out and then we'll read it. I'm liking this. I generally will like it. It's not often that I won't. In fact, I can't remember a single time I didn't. So yes, get this out. What's our third bump? Our third bump is that. And finally, what's our final rune for this reading? You're flipping. Central issue, card number 4, people, is Mana's reversed. Mana's reversed, perfect. So Mana's is the rune of humanity and your part in it. Reversed, it has to do with tuning out the din of humanity and really listening to yourself and just basically marching to your own drummer, or in fact, tuning out the din and giving yourself time to rest outside of the din. Leading up to this, we have Uruz, which is the rune of the wild ox. This has to do with strength and health and stubbornness. There may have been just this sense that you had to just keep pushing forward and you had to keep standing strong and being just this resistant, powerful with the hooves on the ground, and just always be strong and always be, your top health and always be digging in and not movable. Honestly, this is why you're resting. It's basically just, no, at this point we're going to tune out the din. But also there's the sense that you were very, very strong up until this point, and you still are, but you are basically going to turn away from the din of humanity and go, okay, you know what? I need to listen to myself for a little while. And that's what you're doing. So that's your central issue here. Your new beginning is basically saying, okay, I'm tuning things out. I'm going to get reconnected with my inwardness and recover, because we need a respite and we need recovery and we need to reconnect with that guidance. So hanging up the swords and just basically letting that be. What is going to help you? We have Avaz. So this is an interesting rune to have here, and I'm going to read it a couple ways. Avaz is the horse. This has to do with movement and also spirit. I am seeing spirit definitely being in the forefront here, in the way of you are going to be letting your spirit lead. Whatever spirit is for you, that's what you're going to start letting lead in this. When you tune out the din of humanity around you, you're going to tune into spirit and you're going to let spirit carry you forward. You are going to just keep letting this carry you forward. Let it bring you forward. This is not the time to, you look like you're still, but there's a lot going on inside. But definitely you are letting spirit lead. You're giving spirit the reins, so to speak. It's like a horse. In the old days, you'd have the horse, and then if you were like in a bar or tavern and you stumbled out and you were drunk and you fell on the horse, and the horse would take you home. That's basically what we've got here. You've been doing this so long, you've been so strong for so long, and now you just basically, you're turning away from the din of humanity. You're collapsing on top of the horse, which is spirit, and letting spirit carry you home. So that's basically what's going to help you. What isn't going to help is there is this pressure constantly, and you saw this with Uruz. We have Yira, which is the rune of the harvest, and also time. So it's this pressure of how much time am I wasting? How much time have I wasted? How little time might be left? And what do I have to show for it? And it's just these anxieties that are going to just like plague you. Try not to worry about that. You are committing yourself to letting your spirit carry you at this point. Whatever spirit is for you, that's what you're going to let carry you when you've tuned out the din of everybody clamoring at you. You're just like, okay, you know what? I'm leaving this to spirit. I'm going to let spirit carry me. I don't care about, I'm choosing not to care about all the pressures of time and having something to show for it. I am basically letting spirit carry me because I know that is going to be carrying me in the right direction. Your next step on the path line is Fehu reversed. Fehu is the rune of wealth and worth. It's reversed, so it's inner, it's cattle. So it's not just money. It's the things that, as long as you tend to them, they will make your life rich. But it is reversed. So this is referring to inner worth, inner wealth, sense of self-esteem, confidence. So when you do this, and the more you let this happen, you've tuned out the din and you're letting spirit carry you, you are going to feel a lot more confident with yourself. You're going to feel a lot more of your own sense of worth, that you are worthy, that you are worth it. And this, what's going to help you with that, in fact, these help each other, is why we have Algi's reversed up here. Algi's is the rune of the elk, otherwise known as the moose. And this has to do with protection and support. Reversed, it has to do with inner. So you feel with your confidence, what is going to help you is the fact that you know how to support yourself, which in a lot of ways is going to be about tuning out the din and letting spirit carry you. So there's that. But you know how to support yourself. You know how to take care of yourself and stand up for what you know is the right way to do things for you. And that's what's going to help you the most. What isn't going to help is you're always worried about the next surprise. And these are things. So we have Paratho, which is the rune of the lot box. This has to do with surprises and fate. The thing about the lot box is whatever is the surprise in the lot box is the thing that was always in there. So it may not have been something you were aware of, but when it's revealed, it's like, I don't know why I'm surprised. It's like you cast the dice. It's like, I don't know why I was surprised that there were dice in there. So that kind of thing. So, but basically you're a bit worried about, what's going to be revealed that maybe you will feel that you should have been concerned about and that will throw you off. You are just worried about the next thing that's going to come up. What's the next thing? And this is related to that. These feelings of I'm wasting my time. I don't have things to show for it. And then something's going to come up. And if I'd done this, then I would have been able to handle that. These are the things that are going to drag you down. If that starts to be the case, bring yourself back up to here, which is very, very much healthier. So where you've got you were very strong for a long time, but then you said, you know what, I'm going to tune out the din of humanity. I'm going to let myself rest. I'm going to reconnect with spirit. I'm going to let spirit lead. Then you're going to realize how much worth you have and how worthy you are, and that you're able to stand up for yourself and what you need. And all of these things hopefully will just fall by the side of the road. You won't have to worry about that because you already have what you need, and you have the strength and you already had the strength, but you'll have the ability, the confidence, and the ability to stand up for yourself and to be able to be connected with spirit and letting that lead you, that will carry you forward in a way that is better. And the way that it is better is that it will be more heart-led. We have Lagus, which is the rune of water. This is all the watery stuff, so it's emotion, intuition, and heart. It's also flow. And so things will be flowing again in the way that they haven't before. This was relatively yang, even though it was still very, digging in and just basically being the solar thing. But this is water, and this is basically because you were able to tune out the din and tune into your spirit and basically realize your own self-worth, things will flow forward in a way that they couldn't when you were dug in. So at the same time, very much connected to heart, very much connected to your intuition and your emotions in a flowing way. You're not connected to your emotions okay, I feel angry and now I'm going to be angry forever, but connected to your emotions in that you are letting them flow, and it's a natural flow, and you are very heart connected and you're very heart led. What is going to help you is keep that expression going, keep your communication going. This is Algi's. Sorry, this is Algi's. This is Algi's. This is Ansu's, which is the rune of communication and manifestation. So you are making things, you're bringing things through with it, you're expressing it, you're communicating with it, and you're just basically, as you have this flow, you're letting it express itself, and you are letting yourself, don't go crazy, obviously, in terms of don't just be, I'm trying to think of a good example. If you said, you don't want to look really erratic, but you're more in the flow, and so you're going to feel comfortable expressing that. You're going to feel comfortable with your expression of things, and this is because you are being heart led, and this is because you are letting spirit carry you, and you're more confident. So that's what's going to help you is communicating this with people that you trust, and also just expressing this in the world. What isn't going to help is you are worried about energy levels. We have Sovilo, which is the sun. This has to do with source energy, and also just basically energy levels. So you may be a bit worried about burnout because you were doing this, and then now you're sort of waking up and coming out and flowing in the world. You may be worried about how much energy you have to do this. If that starts to be the case, just bring yourself back up to remembering that you are on the flow, you're on the river, and the river is allowing you to have a perpetual source of this energy. This is the sun, but it's you always have the source is flowing, and this is led by the fact that you are letting your spirit carry you, and that you are confident, and that this is flowing through. So not to worry too much about source energy, and honestly, if this is the flow and it's very natural, you are giving yourself time to rest. So it's not like it's going to be a constant thing. You're not expected to always be full energy and expressing. It's going to be with dips and waves and things. So what this is all going to lead to, and the final rune in this particular spread is Hagalaz, which is your huge reminder that it's not always going to be a constant. The one constant in the universe is change. So it is going to be natural like weather. We have Hagalaz is the rune of the hailstorm. This has to do with I usually read it as like chaos and things that are out of your control, but the other read on it is nature and weather, and the fact that nothing is a permanent thing in weather. You're going to have sunshine, then you're going to have rain, and then you're going to have maybe sunshine again, maybe some fog. You may have some snow or a hailstorm or whatever, but none of it's going to be permanent. It will blow in, it'll do its thing, and then it'll go. Same with emotions, same with everything. So whatever you're doing, this is a really important beginning for you, because it allows you to step outside of this for a bit, even though you're still in it, to reconnect with spirit and really to feel the truth of all of this, where you become more confident and where you are able to stand up for yourself and you are able to see that there are ebbs and flows. There are times when you're going to be expressing. There are times in the flow when you are going to be resting. And that's fine, and we need to find that balance, but it just to trust that it will all flow into itself, each flow into the other, and be natural and be your nature and be like weather, and it'll be all very balanced and good. So that card number 4, people, is your reading for New Beginnings. I wish you all the best with this, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye.